What's up, everybody? We are back at Cleetus and Cars Indy for the Indy 800, and we're gonna try and have a better showing than we did in the Freedom 500 at the Freedom Factory. Talking to Zach and Ty and George and everybody, they said that my car had some serious front suspension issues that they had to fix. Everything from broken struts to blown bushings. Like, it was just bad all around. So I think I'm gonna get a chance to make some practice laps here, even though it's not too far before qualifying, but we didn't get here early enough on Thursday to make practice stuff. So we're gonna try and go do it now. But for those of you that watched yesterday's video, the answer to the question early in the video was 30,000 as of Friday afternoon when we pulled into the track. So if you're wondering what I'm asking about, go back and watch the last video. So I'm about to hop in and make some practice laps, take you guys along for the ride. That's probably all right. Good there? Yep. All right, everybody, well, it is time for the race. I qualified 7th behind Cleetus, ahead of Brian Deegan, which is interesting.
Shake it back, baby.
Brian's fast. All right, thanks, buddy.
Come in.
Drew's gonna run upstairs to spot for me. We're doing a Formula 1 style start, which means standing start. I've got a few cameras on the car. Hopefully they make it to the end. If not, Crystal's upstairs with Drew and going to be...
Crystal, did you grab my hat?
He's going to be
Thank you.
videoing from upstairs, and hopefully the battery stays good in that camera. So, pretty excited about this. Appreciate everybody watching. I know these are long videos, but yeah, stay tuned. We're gonna put all the highlights in this video. Hopefully some pretty good highlights. Like, I feel like this is going to be a pretty exciting race. I guess we're about to go green.
This is standing start.
a little bit faster on that outside.
Look at that boy, Kevin Smith, hard on the bumper right there against Cleetus McFarland. Said, brother, I'm right here behind you. You better get to moving or get out the way. I'm going to push you. Heavy on that bumper going into turn 4. You got Kevin Smith on the bumper. All the way across. Going into turn 1, getting a little loose right there. Kevin Smith.
Alright, so this is that last segment again from my roof camera. Giving old Cleeter a pretty good shot there going into turn 3. And you can see him getting amped up in the car, fist bumping and stuff, which I couldn't really see from the driver's seat because of the rear spoilers kind of blocking our view to the drivers. So I didn't even see that he was all amped up about it, but happy that he was, instead of getting mad that I was, rubbing up on him there on the track. But we're having a great time to start off the beginning of this race. Like, it's feeling like Cleetus and I are the quickest, at least that I can see, because I can tell that we're reeling in Parker and DeBerti, and obviously we're trying to make a pass on Demolition Ranch Matt. So I'm trying to nudge Cleetus up past Matt so that we can get up there, and maybe I can help nudge him up to the lead, and then I'll try and fight him for the lead. Been trying to conserve the tire a little bit, at least I felt like I had been, but find out not too far after this segment that I'm hurting the right front, and I make it to about halfway on keeping the right front tire alive, and it gives out. But at least at this point, everything seems good. So you can see some smoke off of Cleetus's car every now and then. I can tell that that's from the right front tire, so I'm trying to do things a little different than he is to conserve my tire. But he ends up popping a right front tire before I do. But you'll see here in just a second, right now, my car goes down on power. It's because I overheated it following Cleetus too closely. So it took a couple of laps to cool the car down, and at that point I almost go a full lap down to Cleetus, who ends up about 100 yards behind me, and he's now leading the race, having passed his brother for the lead.
Cleetus McFarland, your leader, followed up by Parker Mitchell, Nick Seuss. Big shout out to the side-by-side walk, brother, right there. Then you got...
So thankfully, I get a caution here, and I'm able to cool the car down even more and bunch back up to the field and get back to some racing action. So some pretty wild racing kind of back in the middle of the pack, and kind of had a couple of bumps with Jamie from PFI there, and didn't mean for it to be as aggressive as it was, but I was fighting with Roman Atwood here in the yellow car, as well as I had somebody pushing me from behind. I can't remember if it was Jackson or somebody else, but it was getting bumped from behind and just all kinds of melee there. And we catch another caution here, and which bunches us all back up for even more craziness.
Alright, get ready.
Well, after some more bumping and racing, I finally end up killing the right front tire, and this happened right at 40 laps. And so while I'm riding around with the flat tire, I realized, well, if I keep racing that hard, this is an 80 lap race, I'm going to be killing another tire right at the finish. And I could feel over the last 10 laps as we were racing, the right front tire was going away, like the car just wasn't handling as good. So I decided that once I get the new tire put on it, what I would do is just ride around at the back of the field for the next 20 to 25 laps, expecting that there's going to be some more cautions, so I won't lose a lap, and I should be able to protect the tire and hopefully give me the best performing tire that I can possibly have going into the final 15 laps. So a huge shout out to Zach and Ty and Adam and Josh and everybody that was working in the infield to keep us fitted with fresh tires when we would pop them. And I wasn't sure if I could get another tire because I was thinking they were pretty thin on spares, so that also contributed to my thoughts of conserving. So you can kind of see the camera while the tire was flat, I guess from the vibration. This camera ends up pointed down, and I had two other cameras on the car, the forward one and the roof camera. Well, both of those are dead by this point, so the only thing that's really left from this point on is the footage that Crystal got from the top of the tower. So for the last little bit of the race here, we're going to show you the highlights that she caught, and if there's anything that's super exciting, that's just caught in the corner of the screen, or I get into a wreck with someone, we'll try and see what those inside clips look like, and if they're worth putting in the video, we will do it.
Spare car. Now the pace car is off. We're getting ready to get back underway here. Nick, take us away.
Here we go right here with the restart. You got Brad DeBerti letting it rip. We got 10 laps to go out here at IRP, baby. You got Brad DeBerti leading this race. Brian Deegan trying to make a pass right there. Brian Deegan going to make the pass against Brad DeBerti going into turn 2. Brian Deegan, your leader of the Indy 800 out here at IRP, baby, letting it eat. Brad DeBerti trying to close that gap against Brian Deegan, followed up with Nick Seuss. Side-by-side blog, look at that. Whistling Diesel heavy to that bumper coming out of turn 3, going into turn 4, dropping it down low, trying to make the pass against Nick Seuss.
Wow. Whistling Diesel on the inside of Nick Seuss. He's coming from fourth place, potentially trying to take that battle for third to the driver's seat of Nick.
Look at that, Brad DeBerti heavy into the wall. Brad DeBerti heavy in the wall, going out of turn 1, going into turn 2. Brian Deegan, your leader right now. Nick Seuss coming in second, followed up by Whistling Diesel, fourth place. JH2 in that number 88 car. Look at that, Kevin Smith coming right there, coming out of turn 4. Brian Deegan, your leader right now, coming against the start finish. You got Nick from side-by-side blog at number 11. Whistling Diesel in your third place right now.
Oh no, I can't believe it. Brad DeBerti had to take a pit. We are under caution. That's going to give Brad DeBerti the opportunity to get a new tire on there without losing, going laps down. But my goodness, what a change of event under caution here. We got our new race leader, Brian Deegan.
Loses it, brings it back together. JH2 said, not today, brother. You ain't taking me out of this race. We got Brian Deegan at number 38. Still your leader, Nick Seuss at number 11.
Wow, absolutely unbelievable. Look at that right there. I think JH cut it wide trying to go too fast, and then Whistling was trying to save it, and that's what sent them both. But JH has secured the third position. Then we got the Roman Atwood, number 77, has made his way into pit under, oh my gosh, Nick, we are on the 77th lap of 80 total laps. This is it. We're coming down to the final 2 laps. Brian Deegan is holding down the first place position. A battle for first between Brian Deegan and Nick Seuss with 2 laps to go.
Look at that. You got Brad DeBerti from all the way in the last position. Coming up hot right there. Kevin Smith, your third position leader. Then you got Brad DeBerti trying to close that gap. You got Brian Deegan, your leader right now, followed up by Nick Seuss. Heavy battle right here for your third position. You got Kevin Smith, Brad DeBerti, and Cleetus McFarland heavy on that bumper.
Ladies and gentlemen, if I can get you on your feet, I need everybody standing up. We're in the final lap. Come to the side racing. Indy 800. We got Brian Deegan. Can he come back and win 2 races back-to-back on the back straight? Brian Deegan, something incredible is going to have. Oh, Cleetus.
Heavy contact in turn 2, but you got Brian Deegan right here coming out of turn 3.
A checker flag is coming out. Here.
So like you guys saw in the thumbnail and in the previous clip, old Cleeter comes in and gives me a little nudge, which turns me a little sideways, and then I end up sideways across his nose, and we're both floored. And right about in here, we actually make eye contact, and we're cracking up laughing at everything that's happening right now. But takes me from 4th place down to 10th place. You know, definitely looking back, could have done some things better, but still had an amazing time. Can't wait for the next one.
Here we go, Brian Deegan, your leader, followed up by Nick Seuss. Brian Deegan, back-to-back winners, your winner right here, Indy 800, followed up Nick Seuss. Brad DeBerti in 3rd place. Boy, we had some heavy contact right there in turn 1 and turn 2. Your leader, Brian Deegan, followed up by Nick Seuss from Side-by-Side blog, and then Brad DeBerti.
Absolutely unbelievable race here today at Indy. My goodness, Nick.
All right, well that wraps up the race.
On the wall.
Could have been.
There she is.
I figured I'd show you guys the tires. So right rear, getting pretty close. We'll go around to this side. Left rear, pretty good shape. Little contact from some other cars maybe, but actually treads in real good shape. That one's reusable. left front. Let me go get it for you. Also in really good shape. Now we'll go another race. Right front, not so much. So there towards the end, admittedly, I just ground the tires off of it, trying to keep up. So, that's tire management for you. I didn't do a very good job of it. Lost the first tire at the halfway point, but at least the car was better than it was at the Freedom Factory. So appreciate all the guys on the crew fixing it. So anyways, we're wrapping this thing up. Came home 10th, which we were 3rd going into the last lap. A little bit of a bummer. There was kind of a strategy, I almost think, with trying to blow a tire with 10 laps to go, like DeBerti did, because he had a fresh tire and could just full send it. And shout out to Deegan, because, you know, being around racing stuff, he's doing an awesome job in the seat, driving the car, and just has really, really good tire management. Just talking with him after the race, his approach to corner entry is different than mine, and I think I'm gonna have to try something out there that's a little different. But appreciate everybody watching and subscribing. Hopefully you enjoyed this video of us bombing around and running into each other, and the stands were pretty full, so that's always appreciated for you guys coming out to watch us. The car's not in terrible shape, but I don't think we're gonna see this car again. Rumor is we're getting a new car for Bristol, and these cars may become spares. So that'll do it for this video. We'll see you guys next time.